We're gonna hit the live now, so you can go ahead.
Hit it.
We're live. We're live, and I hope it's 1080 because I did not check it. Hey y'all, welcome
What's up,
to
everybody?
I'm not even in. Oh my god, I'm in 720. Why you didn't tell me?
I was looking
Anyway.
at my.
What happened? Did the song scare you?
I thought it was playing for my son and my.
I think your audio changed. I don't know if you're on your microphone.
Uno momento. Why come this happened?
You back. Okay. I was tripping. Okay. We look good today, Twan. We actually look good.
I'm trying to consistently do better. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. I was looking back at some old videos. I was like, oh my God, we used to really put our foot in this thing. Like, not to say we don't now with the conversation. I feel like the show is now better. But we used to pull up in this thing like ready.
Right. Listen, blame certain portion of the podcast headspace the last couple of months.
Listen, because the Otaku Talk is like the only thing that's remained in spite of everything. But I'm like, we coming back. We're going into a new year, and I'm not gonna make promises, but I'm gonna do something better.
What that mean?
I'm gonna do something better. I just don't.
Oh, okay, I got you. You don't really have something 100% there, but you know you're gonna do something better.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to say like I'm gonna do all this stuff better if I'm not.
Yeah, no. Don't set the expectation. Let the expectation naturally.
Me.
Yeah, there you go.
Or not. They might not. But let's get started because we got a lot to talk about. I changed my name, so before I hit the live button, I'm getting ready for the show because I'm a professional. And I was changing my headline. I think Twan says clap, pose, clap. Mm-hmm. But I changed mine to Mahito enthusiast, and you just y'all been out of shape about it. So
because y'all gotta get it together, okay? This is what. Actually, let me do that.
I did not even know to quit.
I have a point on this whole Mahito love thing, and it's to help me. It's to help me. This don't even really involve y'all. This is for me and my enjoyment of this show. Because I realized I was like, you know what? I literally have to just simply accept the fact that this is a curse, okay? This is what he was born as. He didn't choose to be here no more than I chose to be on this earth. So, okay, can I blame him for being the definition of evil with no real point besides getting more evil? No, because that's what he was created to do. And that's what
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, but before we get into that, let's just real quick, Squid Games. May 1. My 1. Yeah, we just have to make sure we acknowledge that my 1. We're happy about it. Yes, like we're great.
Yeah.
Everybody
we fine. I did initially with the episode before going into it, I did want it to be Phil, but I like the way she handled the situations that occurred in the finale more so than like Phil. Phil feels like he was just like the moment old boy got eliminated, he was just like, well, I guess I'm here still. No, bitch, you are still here to win almost $5 million. You better put a fucking smile on.
Yeah, he didn't seem like it. I feel like winning almost $5 million was not awakening anything in him. Like competitiveness, cutthroat, nothing. I'm like, I don't know if he deserved it. I definitely feel like she played the game to the capacity you could play a game that's like 50% luck or even more than that. Like,
a lot more than that, I feel like.
A lot more. Yeah.
It's like 80% luck, 20%. What do you do with that luck?
Exactly. So I'm not going to hold you. So, no, we're happy about it. But, there's not much to say. I feel like all the drama happened before. I feel like the last episode was surprisingly like chill and straightforward.
It was like a little anticlimactic to me.
It was. I definitely fell asleep on it. I fell asleep like in the middle of the episode and woke up to my winning.
So. It was a great look for what took place. I enjoyed what we were giving as far as like how it unfolded. I love seeing Maya just straight demolish his ass in rock, paper, scissors to the point where I was like, it cannot end up her winning. It has to be she keeps winning the rock, paper, scissors and picking the keys, and then he's gonna win just one after she's cleared most of them out. That's what I thought was.
See, I got to go back and watch it, but I was supposed to watch it with my husband. Like, was the last game the game in the show, or they did rock, paper, scissors? Because I saw the thing on the floor.
Yeah, they was on the floor, but they played rock, paper, scissors.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, I was so happy about that because I know early on I was complaining about that. I was like, how are we doing an American people show? But they playing like Korean schoolyard games. And I was like saying that I think the game should be I think the game should be more like what American schoolyard kids would know. So I was very happy to see that.
I mean,
like my only.
I definitely, while Squid Game was airing, like not the competition show, but the original show, I did find myself while it was airing wanting to take place in those games. Like I wanted to do the cookie carving thing. I wanted to do the marbles. I want to do like all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know. I probably would have felt just a little bit cheated if I didn't have those same games. I do like that they changed up a couple of them throughout. You know,
I think the ones they changed
tweaks.
Needed to be changed though, because they were like such like, even for me, I like hear the game and I'm like, this is some kid game in Korea. I have no idea what they talking about. I don't understand it. So I think the ones that they chose to switch were good choices to switch, honestly. Like they switched it up. So I think it was done well. If I could change anything, I think the cookie game should have been something like you got to do it with bugles on your fingers. You know how like when you was a kid,
and if you crack the bugle, that counts too.
You know how you used to put the bugles on your hand, like they should have put bugles on their hands. They had to do some like really tedious like tasks that you need your fingers dexterity for. Like that would have been so.
That is so an A-line dress with
bugle fingers,
with
like
bugle fingers.
Play Chopin or something, like play Chopin on the piano with bugle fingers. Twinkle,
do two battles of Mortal Kombat, facing somebody else and the first person to crack, because you know people be button mashing in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, like you got to play a game where you got to use buttons, but you can't break the bugles. That would have been
if you break the bugles, you lose and you die, or if you lose the match, you die. Ooh. So you got to be thinking about both of them.
Bitch, like we finna do that on stream. We finna do our own Squid Games that we're gonna have to do. Hey, baby, yes, we are gonna play that. That'll be so fun. Like we gotta play Super Smash or something. You know the Joy-Cons be broken.
Oh no, because I can't win that regular Super Smash. I can't play Smash Brothers with bugles on my hand. Like we gotta do something.
I always get the buttons backwards because I play Xbox and their A and B is swapped. So I be trying to jump, but I don't be jumping. And the jump is like Y or something crazy. So like,
I don't know what it is. I used to be so good. At Smash Brothers, and I really cannot hold a candle now. Like
losing your reflexes. I guess you lose your reflexes. I don't know how.
Because a lot of gaming for me is muscle memory. You know, so I guess if I don't
memories no more.
Yeah, and I don't care to grind to get them back. To be honest, so that's why I just like whenever somebody's like, "Let's play Smash Bros." I fall back. And if you just like, really want me to play,
be here to fill a spot, so you don't have to do level 9 CPU because level 9 CPU will rock your shit. Level 9 CPU in this new Smash Brothers will rock your shit. Okay,
I'm just gonna pretend to relate.
So
yeah, level 9.
Level 9.
No,
this 2023 level 9 is not like them old school level 9s. I'm just saying. So that'll be cute. But let's go ahead into Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, episode 20, or also known as episode 44 or some shit. I think it's like 44. No, I feel like I'm way off. Is it 44? I don't know which one is over there doing.
Episode 20.
20. It came out. Hey, Megan. What's up, girl? It came out. It happened. We have a lot to say. Me and Twan have now started this thing where we don't talk to each other after Jujutsu Kaisen drops. So Twan has something to say to me throughout the week. He has to call me before Thursday, or we will not talk.
I did post an Instagram story. I was like, I know I said I wasn't gonna call you, but what the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, you did.
That on my story.
Yeah, I'm just like, see, no. Okay.
But it was only about a portion, and we're gonna get into it.
And I sent him a text. I broke the rule. I sent a text that I didn't allow him to respond to.
Yeah, I just sent an emoji, I think.
Yeah, you just sent the upside down face like, really? Okay. So the episode was, okay, first impressions of the episode, because you knew what was going to happen. I know last week I said I wasn't sure I wanted to see more Mahito fight with Yuji. I feel like I needed a break from it. I did not get my break. Bitch, I did not get my break. But this episode started off with actually a flashback of the boys in Nobara with Gojo. messing up his shirt, and Gojo got money, which we knew, but
well,
Gojo really got money.
If I'm Gojo, I'm definitely putting a price tag on the level of curse I'm taking out.
I mean,
call me May Light.
How much was that shirt? I think it was like $25,000 US dollars. Wasn't it like 250,000 yen? So that's like
I think so.
Somewhere around 20.
I just remember how they split it up. I remember Nobara said she's gonna put in 90 and the other two put in 80. So however much that coagulate out to.
Y'all thought y'all was ever gonna get me out the Gojo train? Like, Gojo dresses nicely, okay? Them I
still love that he just pops up every now and again. Like, we don't have Gojo, but we still have Gojo. You know?
He lives forever in our hearts. I will never forget Gojo for as long as we don't get to see him. But no, the flashback was cute. It was really cute. I laughed. It was sweet. And then of course it changes over to us looking at Yuji. I told y'all Yuji is
not Yuji, Nobara. It was such a rude transition.
I was like,
it was like, no, they really was rude. They said, okay, so in case you was trying to avoid the gore, let's
which is what I was trying to do.
Abruptly switch it directly into her face. And just in case you thought you knew what was going to happen and you looked away, let's show you the view from inside her fucking head.
Her missing eyeball, to be specific, or the part of her face that was blown off, actually. Which is like, y'all really got an obsession with taking people's eyeballs out. Like, because Nanami, we had that moment with Nanami.
Oh, yeah, his eyeball popped out.
He just was walking, like, looking like the Colossal Titan and no eyeball on the other side. And it's really disturbing. Hey, Rashawn. It's really disturbing. I mean, it was such a sweet moment. And it was surreal for me because I didn't think they'd do it. I just didn't think they would kill. Like, I was worried about her, but then like there was some part of me that was like, they're not really gonna do it. And I know last week we kind of saw it happen, but I don't know. Like, this week really, I actually cried a lot this episode. I wasn't even sad when Nanami, like, I was upset that Nanami died, but I felt like Nanami was coming, so I was kind of prepared for it. And I wasn't even like, when Yuji responded to Nanami passing, I wasn't really, this whole episode was just very emotional. And not even this part. It was when Toji, like, Todo showed up. It was when Todo showed up.
Yeah, let's because I got some stuff to say about that too. But so what we got?
Yeah, walk me through. First, we got the flashback, and I feel so bad for Yuji. I wanted to ask you. Let's talk about the animation, because we become the animation haters. We become the Jujutsu Kaisen haters because we said the Sukuna fight was not amazing, and it still wasn't, bitch. And we get this episode, and we still see a lot of the playing around with the stylistic choices and being edgy. But I actually I loved the choices they made in this episode. As far as how it looked, even that moment where Yuji is like, all the emotions are hitting him, and you get this very stylistic, scratchy line art version of Yuji dealing with the emotions that are flooding him. I loved all of the choices they made. These definitely felt more stylistic for me. How did you feel about the animation throughout the episode?
Well, I did go into it, like, I immediately went into it like, I am tired of harping on the animation. Like, I kind of went into it saying that in my head, and I was like, I kind of am playing this game with myself to where how many different ways can I come up with why the animation is what it is, besides overworked artists, shitty conditions, and time crunches. So that was actually fun for me up until a certain point. Like, there was certain stuff, like you said, with Itadori's face really processing Nobara, and I actually really genuinely liked that, even though it was completely different than what we were seeing. Like, there was, like, to me, in my brain playing this game, I was like, oh, he is just fully unraveling, and they are showing that in his
unhinged.
Yeah,
because we saw them do that with Geto. We saw them do that with him, like where the line art was matching his unhinged state.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was a couple of scenes where it was like that, where I was like, oh, this is really cute. Even there were scenes of like Todo, and then at the very end, I'll bring that up later because I think I got the screenshots here, but where they literally was just taking steals from the manga, like showing the original character design in some of the shots, like Todo, and then all three of them together. Like I actually really did enjoy that. It felt homage-y, versus like it feeling like a time crunch and being like, well, let's just paste this here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I still definitely stand by that episode. I can understand how the Sukuna episode would be the biggest undertaking of the season.
So much
like that's probably the biggest undertaking of the season. So even though they can crank out amazing even though they can even though they can crank out amazing content otherwise under those crazy time crunches, I could definitely see how a fight of that scale probably was just like, okay, we know we be pulling off this on these little smaller scale fights, but this is too big of a scale for us to pull out. So I was definitely like, okay, it can't get, I hope it's not going to get worse than this. And it definitely hasn't. I think because of the scale of the fights, like you said, being in this subway tunnel that's way smaller, you don't have to put all this detail in it. There's not a lot of extra people around. They've really just been able to focus on us following the fight in those little details. And this episode felt like, okay, we back. Like we're not completely to the Toji versus Gojo, or we not Choso versus Yuji level back, but I definitely enjoyed the fight and I followed it and I really loved it. Like I enjoyed watching this fight happen.
Same. Yeah, it felt like a happy compromise on a lot of the scenes, because the ones that I do have to complain about were maybe just Toji in the background walking looking like a Lego character, or we doing like these close-up shots of them and this man's hand looked like somebody drew it with Parkinson's. Those are the only moments where it's just like, you know what, we're gonna leave that alone, because all the other scenes, like we're gonna get to it later, there were some that were just, I feel like, chosen to put their attention on, and then in the moment of like, oh, we got 48 more hours to put this episode out, they went back and did those little sketches for the middle. Yeah, so for me, it's like, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna start trying to focus on the actual content that we're getting, because I am really in love with the developments, even though I don't like them personally. I like what they're doing for the show and some of the themes, and this call to action speech was it for me. But let's not skip too far ahead. Yeah,
and that's why I was like, I love that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Can I follow the fight? Yes. Can I feel the emotions that I'm supposed to feel from the characters involved in the fight? Yes. I'm happy. That's all it takes for me. Can I follow it, and can I get what I'm supposed to get from the fight? That's all I need. So
that's where I'm at now.
Episode did it. This episode did that for me. And then Rashawn asked, is Nobara officially dead? I've heard manga people say it's not really made clear in the manga, and here he left a tiny sliver of hope that she could make it, but he's like, don't get your hopes up. So I feel like that's kind of where we are with Nobara. Is that correct? Well,
he did say before the fight that, don't quote me, but there's a chance. It's not 0%. It may be 0.03%, but
Okay. So we talked about that. Let's get into highlights of this episode for you, because you read the manga. So I know when I talked to you, I was like, I just can't wait to hear what you think about seeing this fight animated, because I know you knew it was coming, but how did you feel about seeing it animated?
It was a couple of things going on that is just like, can somebody put this nigga down? Okay, Mahito at this point, we open up with him just devastating. I mean, I don't even know if you call it devastating, because I feel like Yuji at a certain point after the Nobara thing, I don't even know if he felt that ass whooping. Like, it just felt like he was just empty. And Mahito is just like, I'm talking about on cloud 9, to the point where this man just successfully did a black flash. I was like, we have to kill him. We have to get him out of here. Like, this man is just like constantly he's
evolving.
And you can just tell, because he just gets so excited.
he was so like. First of all, Mahito's voice actor put their foot in this episode.
Yes.
Like foot.
I don't want to hear this dubbed. I will jump over this episode if I ever start to watch it, because the way that these voice actors just, even when they're not, the way they grunt when they're happy,
the joy, this maniacal laughter, the whole episode, so the screaming. Like Mahito started screaming and ain't stopped since. Like I loved Mahito in this episode. Like I'm terrified of Mahito, and I'm like, okay, they really gotta kill Mahito now. Like I feel like our time with Mahito is coming to an end. I really hope so, because I am terrified if Mahito.
We can't let him do no more. We can't let him go another episode. If that's what it feels like. It's like at this point he is going to he's gonna become a threat to Sukuna. I feel like, I'm joking, right now, but like if you just leave him to his own devices for X amount of years, it's going to get there. It's going to happen.
Years, bitch. I think Mahito next week is gonna be a problem. I am terrified. Like they definitely have.
You keep giving him these fights, yeah.
They have done a good job of like making me feel the speed. Like it's urgent now. Like who's left? We really have to handle this curse. And I just loved everything about it. I love a villain that does not care about what you're going through. I love that Mahito is really going to dig the knife in and twist it. Like, not only is he going to proceed to whoop your ass while you're going through your emotions, but he's also going to tell you about yourself. I enjoy everything about. I enjoy seeing Mahito going for the killing blow at the beginning, because I can't stand villains who just talk and they ain't trying to kill nobody for real.
He said, "I'm gonna talk and whoop your ass,
and proceed to try to kill you." And I realized why I love Mahito so much. I realized why I fuck with Mahito like Holy Grail. Hey, what's up? Because Mahito is the answer to the shonen. So I'm so good for no reason. It was just what he said. He's like, you save people for no reason, you know, and I kill people for no reason. And which one of us is wrong? We're just complete opposites of each other, and that's why I have to kill you.
Yeah,
I just love it.
This episode is the one that made me try to be a little bit more perspective-like in my brain when it comes to Mahito, because that was a train of thought after he had his little speech while throwing hands. And I was just like, I mean, I can't blame this man. He wasn't born a human and decided to be evil. No, this man was born a curse. He has an objective. It makes him happy. He's living that out. He's following his life's goal, you know, the same way they're doing what they feel is right, what feels right to them. And I mean, and the way in which he's doing it, it's entertaining. So I just like, it puts me in a place where I'm like, I guess I just gotta force myself to enjoy everything he's doing, regardless of the effect, because of the fact that I want to like this character. I want to like this character genuinely, but he's just messing everybody up. He did
kill 2 people. I don't think the fandom will ever be able to forgive him for killing 2 of the beloved characters.
I mean, and now we pretty much got 3 deaths back to back. And the reason I count 3 is because of Mekumaru's second death, I guess. Like every episode, we are losing somebody. Every episode.
What is like... Okay, that was random. But what was the sequence of events? Because I want to go in order. So we were talking about
we got the speed. Well, after we got the Black Flash, I can't say enough how much that rocked me. I was like, this man actually doing that is just another level. Then we got that's when Todo showed up, and then he did the little switch, and that's when he gave the speech right after that. What's his name? Arata, his Nita, his assistant, showed up and did his technique that like kind of put, I guess, all of their injuries or their body at that moment in like a stasis, so it wouldn't progress. It wasn't healing, but it wouldn't, kind of like locked it where it is. So any new damage would be what it is, but anything he's feeling now won't go any further. And I guess the pain lessened a little bit too. So he did that to both him and Nobara. Yeah, which I thought was kind of dope. It's a nice way to give him some hope. I kind
to
of
give him a little energy to continue the fight.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of want Nobara to be dead, just because I like the idea of him giving him that little bit of hope to get him through this moment and to help Todo with his speech. But I kind of want Nobara to be dead. Like I want these deaths to feel real. Don't have no resurrection solution. You know.
Yeah, I kind of want her to be dead too. Also because, like, once again, we were talking about Nanami. Like, I can see why she would be the choice to kill. Like, one, okay, this is are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, your computer just don't wanna. But
don't want to be nice to me.
One thing I would hate to see with Nobara, like, I don't necessarily know if this is the case with Gege. Like, I don't really know if it was. I don't really know what to do with her, so I'm gonna kill her. But if that truly is the case, I would rather her be dead than just kept around and like stall out and not really develop as a character. So I'm kind of okay with her being gone as well. I don't know if you're gonna have to leave and he's gonna have to leave and come back. Okay, there you go. But yeah, if that's the case, like if the writer is feeling like I really don't know where else to take this character, like I would much, even though she's probably like part of the crew, I'm so much better with her being dead. If the writer's like, okay, I've hit a wall here, I don't really know what else to develop that'll feel natural for her powers. I don't know if she can really hang with them in these next couple fights and arcs. Like I'm so okay with a character being killed off if they've served some purpose or they just stall out. I do think she served a purpose though.
Yeah, I don't get the vibe of useless when I think of Nobara. I think of limited, limited. But I think of I think she is one that just utilizes her ability in the best way for the moment, and it is impactful. Like we saw in this episode, Mahito was even kind of still giving her props that she really helped in bringing his soul down to what, 40% or 30% or something like that.
Which was interesting that is this the first time we've heard him reference like the percentage of people's souls?
I think so, for the most part. Maybe during his fight with Nanami, but I feel like this was the first time I felt like, he's making it quantitative. Is that the word? Yeah.
I think we heard Dagon do that. We heard Dagon say like, I'm gonna give this percentage to Nanami and this one to this one. Like as far as his power and stuff like that. Was his. I don't think.
Yeah, that was his ability.
Yeah, but I don't think we've heard Mahito even be damaged enough to really be like, okay, I'm down to 10%.
I needed that though. I definitely needed that because it felt like. No, I really did, because even in this fight, it made it so glaring. If we didn't have that type of writing in the script of it, like all these fights Mahito is in, I know his whole thing is like, I don't really take damage like that unless you affect my soul. So like even that awesome little All Might My Hero Academia moment Todo had when he was like flying towards him after he switched places
that was so interesting.
It was so My Hero coded. It was so My Hero coded. That was legit.
I feel like it was also like JoJo coded. Something about him was very JoJo coded.
JoJo's in everything, I feel like.
Yeah, he was so JoJo coded here.
He definitely was, but it was like even that amazing ability. Like you got to think about, even though he's not traveling that far, they made it seem like he was going across the world. But like all that epicness to land that punch, and then he literally get back up like, like it wasn't nothing. And then
shit.
Right. And I'm just like, I'm glad they actually showing that he is accumulating damage, even if it's just from yuji, because like how do we have any way of defeating this man? So that was good. I'm happy they did that.
Wait, was he at 40% or 10?
He was at, I think, 30 or 40, and he was making a comment that yuji was at 10.
Yuji was at 10, and then Todo was like, pretty much, I just showed up, so I'm good.
Right.
Okay. Wow.
And kudos to Todo, because like he not once looked like he was breaking a sweat. And I told you, I knew it from like the fact that my boy was in there like handling in that movie like he was. I was like, y'all not gonna sit here and shit on Todo. Not shit on him, but like get this man his props. Like I feel like even if he was one-on-one, he still would be handling his shit right now with Mahito.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I needed to. I'm not really. I love the fight with Todo versus Hanami. Like, I love that fight, but I didn't know how much I needed to see Todo. Like, I knew we were going to see Todo here. We talked about it, but he really, like, I don't know, his speech I don't know what it was. I'm trying to think why I was so
It felt
emotional.
like a security blanket to me.
It felt like a hug.
It really did, yeah.
And it definitely felt like I felt bad for Yuji, I think. Like, they are doing a good job, I would say, because, you know, a month ago or so, I was like, Yuji is not the main character of this show. Like, he just wasn't giving main character. Like, I wasn't emotionally invested in him, his journey, his anything. I feel like he hadn't really gone through much. Like, Yuji is a character, stuff is happening to him the whole time. Like, he's got the Sukuna thing, he's kind of figuring it out. But I think now after this arc, I would be definitely invested in Yuji, because I see what he's going through emotionally. Like, he's seen all these people die. His friend just died in front of him. He like wanted to quit, and then like hearing Todo come in and give him a speech, and him like really getting his resolve to still fight. I feel like that was just very emotional.
Yeah,
I don't know, something about it just really connected with me. I don't know.
I'm glad it did, because you definitely I feel like been documented not giving a scrap about Yuji, and I've always had a soft spot for Yuji
because he's just good for no reason, and that's not appealing to me.
Well, okay, yeah. So
it's not. Like, it's just like as a character.
I don't know if I could.
No, but like as a character, if he didn't go through this. Like, if I didn't hear him verbalize his reasoning, or like him really finding within himself why he fights, why I keep fighting, like I needed to hear that. I think because I just I don't like heroes who are just good because they came out their mama pussy. Good.
That's real. That's
not appealing to me.
I mean, no, it was, and I think the reason I got emotional during that portion, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget. It was like during Todo's speech, I was like, it really resonated with me because his take on what grief does to us for the people that are gone or that have passed. And I was saying we get so caught up on, he was saying that we get so caught up on the actual loss and how that affects and everything else that it does cloud, you know, or taint the good memories that we've had with people. And like with Yuji specifically, like he just was like left responsibilities or the duty to carry on from Nanami, and it's like with the Nobara bomb drop right in front of him, he completely forgot about that, you know. And it wasn't until he got that little bit of hope about Nobara and he got the speech from Todo that it really set in. And I really did like that. I didn't expect, I don't know why I didn't, but like I just wouldn't expect that level of a call to action from Todo. Like
I don't know.
It definitely,
they make him seem very like surface, like he's one of those characters like you was over here really having Megumi try to summon you would fear to kill everybody because he didn't like, what did he say? Big boobs. He didn't have a
nasty enough answer for him. He was like, I like a woman that's gonna be there for me, and as long as she works hard and has goals.
This nigga gotta go.
This nigga is lame, bro. I'm talking about the titties, bro. What kind of ass you like, bro?
Like, and not only that, but I'm gonna beat your ass for it. So like, this is how we met this man.
Almost murder you because of that. Yeah.
This is how we met this man. So like, when I knew it was gonna be him, and even his fight with Yuji, he's calling him bro and stuff like that, like when they were fighting Hanami. And so I just wasn't expecting for Todo to come in with the wisdom and like that, you know, like it was good big bro energy, you know.
I mean, because he was boosting him up in the Hanami fight, but it was like this is a lesson in fighting in general. Like this is not where you should be. Like, I'm coaching you in that one. This was more of a very personal, like you said, why it felt wise beyond just the fight itself. This was life advice, you know.
Yeah, like he really feels needed. Like, oh, somebody could die in this fight. It definitely feels like Todo showed up to the fight understanding the stakes. And I appreciate that. Like, I needed to see that from him. So I'm very excited. Now I'm going to be rooting for both of them even more. I didn't think that I would be rooting for them this much in the fight because I'm a Mahito enthusiast, but I do feel like Mahito needs to be put down in like
sooner than later.
Sooner than later. Because we started seeing, like, we're always seeing new stuff with Mahito. And like, I always ask you in the manga, is he doing all this in the manga?
No, a good half of this stuff, like in this fight choreography that went down, and it's another one where like I feel like maybe 30 to 40, maybe even 50% of that fight was new. And I don't know, it makes you like Mahito more because like even as a manga reader, you still see even more applications of his ability, like even how even more unhinged he really is. I think a lot of the dialogue is the same. I don't think they're adding a lot of dialogue, but like just the actual action in the fights. Like I could have had the one-on-one with Todo and Mahito go just a little bit longer. Like even when he did tag in Yuji, I was just like, this is kind of it for me. Besides that whole part where that one section, maybe it was like 4 or 5 seconds long, where he was like throwing rocks and stuff and stretching out his hands. That was crazy. Animation wise, I'm sorry, that was crazy. It was. I feel
like his power.
I had to say that was like 30% done.
I feel like they just make, like when Mahito does stuff, it just looks so grotesque.
And that does help it out a little bit. That does help it out.
Right. I always feel like it's not supposed to look appealing or good, or like it's pretty gross, like how he uses humans and people. And I'm just like, these people that are still in this subway station, it's really sending me right now.
I'm telling myself that when Yuji, like I told you, I'm just coming up.
I guess they can't see them though, right? They can't see them. They can't see Mahito.
They can't see Mahito. Yeah, some people can't see Mahito. They can see the sorcerers and stuff. But in my brain, I'm telling myself that another solution was when Gojo did his domain expansion. It went beyond just that room. You know, it was like boom, and it did like everything. So like there are people maybe on the outer that zombified a little bit, but then they like got out of it because remember he only did, I can't remember exactly how long.
Yeah, they said they went back to work 2 months.
Yeah,
I think they said they went back to work 2 months.
So maybe the people on the outside edges thawed out quicker, and they were just coming to
because they couldn't be black. Hey, Mandrill, I be having too many questions. Like I just know how I am. I be like, what was that? Where all the people at? It's Halloween. Why nobody ain't in here? Why the train ain't running? Why stuff shaking? A meteor hit down the street.
This man? What was it? Choso? He did that blood thing through the entirety of the station and cut a street sign on the roof, like on the actual street level.
Right.
That ain't affect no infrastructure in that subway. Ain't nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just can't imagine just being in here. Like I mean, you can see Yuji. You can see Nanami pieces on the floor.
You can see the craters being created on the walls.
I know you felt that meteor aftershock from down the street. Like maybe they are, but I never thought about it. They could be zombified.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. Yeah, it was like it was big millisecond balloon that covered majority of the subway, and we really are only focusing on that one little section that goes right at the moment.
Yeah, because they might, or they could be, when you get in shock because you didn't see crazy stuff, like you just kind of be in shock. Some people be like, they just freeze. So
I'm going to at least be walking towards the exit in shock. I'm gonna be doing the something. Exit?
Let me get out of here. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, random people still there just chilling. Like it's kind of I'm always shocked when he runs across a new one. But his powers are definitely grotesque. I saw a TikTok of somebody saying this, y'all, like people who think of Mahito as attractive, they got a lot of good screenshots in this episode of Mahito being completely unhinged and grotesque looking. We got a lot of good close-ups that weren't
that last shot.
Mahito.
That very last shot of him, where his face was like in fisheye lens or something. That was crazy.
It was crazy. Like he really did look demonic there. And then there was that other one, I think, where just the whole time, even that one when he was punching Yuji, I think Yuji wasn't even moving, and Mahito was punching him. His fist was like very red, and his face was like he just looked real.
Oh yeah, he was like,
yeah, he was just like that.
Yeah,
like,
that was
looking like that.
That was really crazy.
Yeah, that looks crazy. So Mahito's unhinged. So Todo has been training, apparently. So I know what's gonna happen. I'm very nervous. I don't. Well, they said there was a 90. Let's go to that. Let's go to Mekamaru because I was confused about how we got here anyway. So you're gonna have to help me understand what was going on, because he did say Todo has a 99% chance of making it through this fight without dying. He said 99%.
Yeah.
Right? So there's like
I don't know if I can't remember if he gave a specific percentage. I just remember saying he definitely was gonna have a bigger chance of being alive just because of who he was, and the assistant because they were with him.
Okay, so it's like so is it the assistant being able to heal the wounds and stuff part of the why?
No, I think he was very heavy-handed on saying that Todo could survive and the other person could survive because they are with I think Todo. Because Todo was just there and they are in the vicinity. Plus, his ability is he's first grade, very useful.
Oh yeah, against Mahito, I definitely understood completely why Todo is probably the best person to send, because you gotta touch me. Like, you gotta touch me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just like I understand that his particular set of skills would be very good against him.
And I forgot that he doesn't even really need to actually clap, because there was one part in where he's like holding Mahito's blades like this, and you hear the clap, but he never does it. And then he still activates his attack. And I think somebody pointed out that it was like the clap is only like a physical representation.
Can he
of his
snap and stuff?
I think he can do it without doing anything, but I think it also just helps in the whole disillusionment of his ability. Like he can explain to you what happens, right? But he can do it with inanimate objects. He can do it without even touching himself. I feel like there's just so much that he uses because his ability is really simple at its core, but just the ways that he apply it, which makes him
and the weaknesses of it.
Yeah, even and the fact that everything else is just his natural strength. That's also kind of scary,
right? I mean, he had that scar on his face too, so I'm just ready to hear what's up. And I like hearing Mahito say it's still disorienting, even when you know it's coming, because I can just imagine it's a very disorienting fight. You go in one place and then you end up somewhere else. So, I mean, they're gonna have to wrap this up quick, because one thing about Mahito, you ain't gonna catch Mahito. You could catch him one time with something. Element of surprise, but he quickly adjusts to whatever it is, and I don't know.
Even I was thinking, how would I, if I had Mahito's ability? And I was coming up with some decent stuff. I was thinking when he did his spinning his little Tasmanian devil with his spiky arms. I was like, actually, he did end up doing what I was thinking, because I was like, if he's just switching you around with different people and stuff in your vicinity, just cover the radius of the space between you and that other thing, and I feel like you at least got a better chance at that point.
He about to put their ass in the domain expansion. I know that's coming. Because that's absolutely what I would do. You're not finna be just around here teleporting and shit.
You're gonna have to teleport me across the country.
We about to go into my domain expansion, because in his domain expansion, I think he could touch you. It's just that's the whole.
A guaranteed 100%.
A guaranteed touch, which is also I'm so scared, because I just know he about to put their ass in the domain expansion just because he haven't done it again. I don't know, but the thing I know that he knows not to put yuji in his domain.
That's why it's difficult.
Right. So, but he will quickly put Todo ass in it.
That's
if he feels like that's what he needs to do. But I'm how's he gonna separate them? Right.
That's the thing, because with his ability to be able to switch at any point, he did that at the wrong time. It's game over for you, buddy. You done already stepped in one too many times on this man's domain. This man's soul.
Well, he has some kind of in his meat self suit thing everywhere. I don't even know what that fucking power is. They just
endless meat suit.
Endless Mahito meat. What was he doing to them at the end of the episode where he sends out his body?
The body repel thing.
I call it Mahito meat.
Endless
what is
meat
it?
Suit. That is nasty. Ew.
It looks nasty. Did you see
just looking for a reason to mention his meat? This is
no, crazy. But did you see
somebody call the police
in his meat? It was gross.
Stop saying it. these are humans. You're transfigured humans.
But he shoots them out of no, they're not, because that last shot, he was just standing there. I don't even remember seeing humans for real. He's just kind of out of his body. He
has them consumed, a lot of them. He transforms them ahead of time.
He devours them, little jelly
spits them up. Yeah, and this is what I was kind of talking about, because they didn't explain it in the last episode. Right, thank you, Hood Magic. Transfigured humans,
meat.
not
it's
Mahito
still
meat.
Mahito meat.
You just want to say it. You just want to say, remember he slapped him with his Mahito meat?
With his meat. They're like inside his meat.
No, anyway, he is combining a bunch of different humans, and because they're not able to like be, I guess, homogeneous, they're like repelling, and so the force of that many, I guess, humans or souls being ejected at one point, together, is like forcing them to.
Yeah, so I mean, he's already kind of projectile. He's already kind of separating them. I could definitely see Mahito. He's so smart in battle that I feel like that would be his game plan. Is I got to get them separate where they can't switch and swap. And then I think he's already considering putting Todo in domain expansion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his brain went there already. Is as childlike as he is really creative. And I feel like his intelligence is not too far detached from his creativeness, you know what I mean? I think they go hand in hand. He might not look like the most like intellectually sound or like strategically brilliant, but it's just you can do so much with his creativity alone that it's just too dangerous. Right.
Like I'm nervous for Todo though. Like I feel like I shouldn't be, and I feel like they try to throw like I'm nervous. On one hand, I feel like Mekamaru's right. But then on the other hand, I'm like, they just said that to give me a little hope and then get me comfortable. And then they're going to like that 1% going to happen. So I'm like really, really scared because he's another one of those characters where we've seen. And like, I feel like, especially with that scene, we got this little scene with Miwa and she's on a train with Mekamaru. I guess let me say this before I forget it, but we kind of see the rest of those people that we haven't really seen in action, and they're kind of safe and they're off to the side, and it feels like it's setting up for them to be more important later. And so with that kind of setting up, it feels like all the people we know and who we've seen their abilities, we're gonna lose them all. Like I just feel like Todo is not safe. Like I feel like, you know, they're saying that so that I feel like he's safe, but we've seen, unless Todo has some other abilities we haven't seen, we've seen also Todo fight before, and we've seen a lot of this. So I just feel like he also would be up on the chopping block as far as the formula. I just feel like he's up there. So I'm just really nervous. But what can you explain to me this Mekamaru thing? Like he died then, or was he already dead? Like
no, I can't. I'm not even gonna play with you. I can't even fully describe it, but I think I know the bare bones of it and what they want you to understand, I guess. Like I don't know the science behind it. I couldn't even begin to break that down for you. But I think his physical self died during that fight with Mahito. Like that's where he is taken out of the game in a physical sense. But I think through some type of AI, blah blah blah, whatever, he was able to like put whatever remaining life juice, battery power, whatever, into these little things so he could continue to assist in that way. You know, however it happened, it's like a preparation
of knowing that he knew the plan.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I can put some cursed energy into this just long enough to
something like that,
give them an edge in the back.
And I feel like at that point he did what he was supposed to. He got Yuji as far as he could, and I feel like he just had enough whatever left in the he used Hood Magic said he used a pack, I believe. But I really need them to go more into packs as soon as possible. Because I'm so confused as to how they are utilized. Like, do they have more than one specification as far as their ability? Because his pack is that he could use his cursed energy to like God knows how long of a length, but he couldn't actually use his body. That was in my brain what his pact was, his heavenly pact. Same as Toji. Like I don't know what his sacrifice was, but he just got this ungodly, crazy. I think it is his pact that like he has that strength. Yeah, Toji has that strength to not have any cursed energy. Is that the trade-off?
They don't really say. Like that's the thing about these heavenly pacts. They haven't really explicitly said exactly what each person's pact actually was. So we've just kind of been like, okay, like I mean, Gojo kind of peeped it immediately, but he was referencing when he said it, he was referencing Toji's speed. Like he was like, he's really incredibly fast, like and strong. He must have a heavenly pact.
Yeah, I need them to really like dedicate a half an episode to just exposition of that.
I'll be ready to take my notes. like a lecture, because that's what you got to do when you watch Jujutsu Kaisen. You got to take notes and be ready for the pop quiz, because don't nobody know what they be talking about. Not first.
But I mean, I had a feeling that you might. I thought I was really thinking you might like the Miwa, because you've been really trying to make this girl happen for the longest. You've
I do like her.
Some type of agency
she's so
in this game. She's cute.
She gotta have a purpose other than being sad about Mikamaru dying.
But what is the purpose?
He says she weak. So
hold on, wait. Actually, I got a game I want to play.
Okay.
As in that train ride,
okay,
she had the audacity to ask us several many questions, and I want to hear your responses as if you were Mikamaru. Can we do that?
What was her question?
So I'm gonna go through them. Let me go and get right back to the scene.
Not you know.
No, because I was thinking about it as I watched. Because I know I said it out loud for sure. I was answering her too. So I know what I said, and I want to hear what you say. So she's on this train. She's crying about not being told. Blah, blah, blah. So there's no point in going back. He said to head back. Where's the question? Where's that first one?
Yeah, she was over there cutting up in that train.
Okay, so her first question was, why only Todo and Nita? ? You're Mikamaru. Why did you only you have all of us, I'm assuming, going in a different direction, and only those two left their group to help.
And that's when he answered that he had a 99% chance, right?
Well, I want to know what your answer is.
Well, no, because there was at one point I feel like she asked if he had already told her. Because I can't remember if he had already said he has the highest chance.
Oh, that is. Yes, that was his next line. You were right. He did say 99%. Yeah.
So that was fine. Because I'm like, she don't know. He's like, okay, I got an answer for you. And that's me. I would have answered. I'm like, oh, well, he got a high chance because, his powers are cute and it's good against this person. So.
Okay, that's reasonable. That's very reasonable. I think, was it her next question that had pissed me off? She said, what about me? Am I useless? What is your response?
Bitch, did I say you? Are you here? Are you there? Where are you right now? Come on, answer your own question. I'll be doing this to my kids. Answer your own question. Are you there? Did I sing you? Did I sing you?
Did I send you though?
Are you on this train? Okay.
Where's Todo and where are you?
Where's Todo? Where are you? Is being useful in the room with you right now? Are you with Todo right now? Like, girl, you know the answer to this.
And that's what I was saying. Because I'm just sitting to like, okay, this is me answering. Okay, so let's say you aren't useless in this fight, right? What is your position? Who are you fighting?
What you finna do?
Who's you helping out?
What you finna do?
See, I'm not saying you're useless at all times. There are plenty of grade C spirits, grade B spirits, curse spirits that you absolutely need to be out here saving humans for. That's not useless,
right?
But in this fight,
girl, you said useless. I didn't say useless.
You're right. These are your words. Okay.
Girl, I said I was sitting.
You can't do anything for us now.
Today, you're useless. Today, you're useless. Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
I do too. I think, but he was like, "No, it's me. I'm the weak one, bitch."
Don't do this to this girl.
Don't do this to this girl. Tell her the truth, because if you tell her that, she gonna have in her mind that maybe she could just jump on the next train going the opposite way and do something. No,
I be like, what, Miwa? You try to get like me? Dead in this bitch? Like, what was the next question?
Talking about why didn't you say anything to us? Because y'all be stupid. Y'all be dumb. If I tell y'all what's going on, y'all have this whole, I'm the main character syndrome. I can do something. And you gonna go over there and get in everybody's way. You gonna go over there.
Really find out. You gonna be looking like Sasuke fodder. When he realized this was Naruto and not Sasuke. The show.
The show. What it's really called.
You gonna be sitting over there looking goofy.
Although that 5 Kage Summit arc was pretty lit. It was pretty lit.
It was back in the day when he was like, why you do that when I did? It's because the show is Naruto, not Sasuke. I mean, but maybe she could have fought. She could have fought and died.
Yeah, there wasn't that. I don't
think he said you can't fight. I don't think he said you can't fight. He just said you will die if you fight.
Well, that was kind of her next question. Am I weak? Question mark.
Here we go again. Who's on the train and who's fighting Mahito right now? That would have been.
I would have been like,
on the train? Miwa, you're really making me second guess all the sacrifice I made for you. Who's on the train and who's fighting Mahito right now? I mean, weak depending on who we talk about. Who we talk about? Miwa? Are you weak if you fighting a season 1, episode 1 curse spirit? Probably not.
The way Maki, just simple Maki, waxed that ass the last time y'all decided to square up, she embarrassed Miwa, okay?
But you can't say she weak. Like, if Miwa was fighting season 1, episode 1 curse spirits.
No.
She might not be weak.
You saying if she was fighting season 1 curse spirits, like what level?
Like the first episode, or 2. Like, before I said episode 1. Like, after they got to the baby in the sky, she was out of her league.
Oh yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
That's what okay. You know how much shonen, the first couple spears you run up on. That spear they was fighting in the hallway.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
When he met Megumi, like,
or the one where him and Nobara fought in the school.
Right, yeah, that one.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Maybe if we're talking about that spear, you're not.
That's my point. There are so many people that is within your wheelhouse, but we need to understand where the ceiling is for each and every last one of us. And it's not a permanent ceiling, baby. In a decade, you could be maybe May. Maybe. But right now,
I would not be complaining about being on the train. I'd be like, I heard Sukuna was outside.
Chick on the broom is ahead of her.
She is. That's what
you know what I'm saying. So wow. It's like you gotta get there first.
Yeah, and she don't be doing nothing. I mean, she's cute. I like that she look like a little witch. Kiki's delivery service.
She's reconnaissance.
I like her, but I was like, I mean, for me, I just feel like it's very ungrateful because you're on a train safe. Because I'd be like, Sukuna was outside, y'all. Sukuna was outside.
Very much so. Because you would have been playing whatever they saying in that red light, green light.
The red light, green light.
No, really, you would have been right there, frozen in space. Don't tell me you would have done anything different. You wouldn't have added anything to that situation. You wouldn't have gave no sazon, no seasoning, no lemon pepper, no nothing. You would have been right there running.
I'm still not giving up on Miwa.
You should. Because what are you waiting for?
She's gonna go and she's gonna have her moment. I believe in her.
Let me tell you something. I think the reason, because like going through the episode and watching her portion of like the train scene, I was like, you know what, I like that they paid a little bit more attention to this scene for her, because the shot of her crying was really good.
God, beautiful. It was so aesthetic.
Even though I didn't understand her line of questioning, while she was asking, it was really emotional, and I felt like they had to give that amount of love, because for me, you gonna put this camera on this C character for a storyline.
I was upset. I think I honestly did a little bit.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that because the animation was what it was, and I was like drawn into it. It allowed me to feel for the character in the situation more. Had this just been some regular train scene, I didn't have the blue sparklies in the background going past.
It was so dreamy.
It was aesthetically beautiful. So all of that added to me caring about the scene. But had you put her on a regular MARTA bus and we had the same
not
scene,
on a MARTA, I would have been waiting ass on this train.
I'm in the MARTA outfit and I do my thing. You thought I couldn't freestyle out on you, boo? I know that whole thing.
Oh my God, sorry. We got it to Soldier Girl on the MARTA train. Every time I hear MARTA.
You got 5 minutes to apologize to everybody for your shit, ho. You got 5 minutes to do it or it's over, bitch. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. They definitely, I think they put they pinky toe in that scene just so it could have a little bit more weight. And I appreciate that. It worked.
It did. And I also think it was good closure, because I was a little confused about how they handled Mekamaru dying, because I mean, we had that one little scene. It was like peak, and then it just cut to Geto and Mahito walking off, picking up the little screw. And I was like, I mean, he dead, but I was like, we usually get to see the person dead. Like we usually get like, oh, they're absolutely
Nobara.
dead. Yeah, Nobara, Gojo, even though he wasn't even really dead. We got that whole laid out on the ground. Then we got that with Nanami. So like we usually get some kind of like, so I wasn't 100% sure if he was really dead. So I think that was good closure for me. And I kind of am okay with them pausing that closure that I wanted to give it in that way. I think it was good.
Yeah, it was definitely I think they handled it very well. I like looking at the whole episode, I really love the direction. The same with the last episode. These last two episodes, I really love specifically just the directing of the episode, the pacing, the storytelling. I really do enjoy it. And that's another reason why I'm telling myself I need to start looking at this from a lens I need to take the idea of looking at this from a season 1 lens or what we were getting previously. I just want to enjoy the unfolding of the story, because there's really some good stuff happening. I really do like this, where the story is going. And I want to I don't want to come in every episode being like, oh, well, let's talk about this animation. Because at this point it is what it is.
But also I do think that even though they're stylistic, and I think that was one of the arguments somebody had when I was talking about it. They were like, oh, you just don't like the style. And I'm like, I still stand by no, I like stylistic choices. I like edgy. I like line art that's unhinged to give an emotion and everything that we're supposed to do. And I think they were trying to do that with that episode, but you just not gonna play me and just tell me that that episode was finished, as far as there are things that were just missing to help me follow the fight. So once again, I don't mind different styles. I don't mind any of that. It's just I have to be able to follow it. And I think that if that was just a side effect of bad directing, maybe possibly, it could have just been that. I'm willing to say that they may have animated exactly the way they wanted to, but it was just maybe not the best directing, or there wasn't really an emotional anchoring point for me, maybe in that Sukuna fight, you know what I mean? It could have just been something as simple as that. So it could be a directing issue as well, and I'm willing to accept that. But I feel like most of what I've seen since that, these smaller scale fights, whatever, I think they've been very anchored well enough for me to just be I'm really into this. I don't know what that other fight would have needed. I guess because it was just this deity that just came out of Megumi's ass, and then Sukuna, who just came out of Itadori's ass, just going at it and tearing up the town. I just don't think I was able to be anchored in it. I didn't know where to be anchored. I was just kind of bitch, what the fuck is going? I was just sold. It was just a very disoriented episode for me, and dark. It was very dark.
But I feel like that also speaks to the quality of the show itself. I feel like any other show, I would have been in my feelings about what we could have got versus what we did, and I probably would have put it off for a little bit. But I want to see everything in this show develop so badly. Regardless if it's the manga or the anime, I just want to see it on my screen. So it's so good. The Hood Magic, I am enjoying this season. There's nothing stopping me from legitimately enjoying the season. I just in moments where I see the show do a 6 in work, where I know this could be so lit if they had the time and ability to do a 9 or 10. You know what I mean? I think I'm doing a disservice. Yeah, and I feel like I'm doing a disservice by not bringing any type of attention to that, because a show that you love, you don't want to be able to just turn a blind eye to it and kiss its ass at every moment and opportunity you get. You want to be real, but we can be real and address those things without completely shitting on the show. I try to make it very clear every time we talk about it that this is not hate towards the animators. This is not hate towards the work that they're doing. Of course, I'm critiquing what I'm seeing on screen, but that's if you was to take that idea of their work conditions and all that stuff out of it. Would you still be enjoying this the same way if you didn't know that?
And for me, I'm not really as much of a person who gets so I understand the two realms and it's terrible, but I'm not gonna that when I would have still watched the episode and been girl, what is going on here? Because it's I watch movies like Batman, the Dark Knight, and I'm bitch, I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Can y'all turn the brightness up? So for me, it was kind of one of those situations too. It was just a very dark episode, in general. It was nighttime. Sukuna's powers are very black, reds, and Mahoraga was white. but like
which made it also like so much like you could see every line out of place because he was just stark white, you know.
Yeah, and
so
I think
it had a lot of things going against it.
Yeah, like the two, and then it was nighttime, and then the buildings were very dark. So I feel like for me, it was just very dark and kind of flat as far as monotone color palette. And so I think that also just could have made it harder for me to follow. Simply like if Sukuna's powers were bright red, all of it, or like blue, electric blue, for instance, I maybe I would have had an easier time following it. So
that's like Choso. That's like the Choso fight. Imagine if his abilities weren't that neon type of red. Imagine if it was like a copper burgundy type of situation. You wouldn't see shit.
I can't see. But y'all wear glasses, like for real, but I cannot see and I can't hear. I be having captions on, so like hey, I'm willing to accept maybe I just struggle following it, you know, but I'm definitely gonna enjoy watching it all together again. And like maybe I'll find an emotional connection to it, but I think like I don't know, I just feel so detached from the fight just because like I was excited. It's like, oh, Sukuna, we get to see him in action, but honestly, like I feel like the Jogo and Sukuna fight, once again, that fight had an emotional grounding point for me, just like this fight had one, like with Todo. And so like that's Todo and Mahito going at it. I was just loving every second of it, and I think it was that emotional grounding point that made it that much better for me. And I just feel like I didn't have that there. So if they keep doing that, they could put stick figures on this bitch. Like, let's go. I mean,
that's
if
very
you get
true.
me invested, like I don't
true.
care. I don't care.
Yeah,
so.
and I do have like I think we are getting closer to the end of this this season.
Like 3 or 4 episodes.
I think about 3 episodes probably left. I think it's 3,
okay.
But 3 or 4. But the point is, like, I am gonna be happy when it does get to that point to where, I mean, granted, I don't know what they probably got some other shows coming out, which is crazy.
Do they? Are we getting another season of Chainsaw Man?
Oh, I haven't heard of. I haven't heard about Chainsaw Man.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you out because you were like,
no, yeah, but the moment you said that, it got me.
I haven't heard an official announcement or anything. They might be waiting for like some con to announce it or something.
Maybe, or else I'm hoping that, because one thing I'm not gonna sit here and do with y'all. Is if Chainsaw Man the next season, with everything y'all saw, how excited I was in that finale with a person showing up on screen. If I get this next season and we got some of this treatment going on, you're not gonna be able to keep me calm.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be so sad if we don't get more Chainsaw Man. Like, please.
if we gotta take a hiatus, I'm gonna be happy because I want it to be able to take its time to put out something I'm proud of. I don't want to see the same shit we seeing with JJK in these frames. Not the whole episode. You know, stuff in this episode is amazing, but there are moments where we got Lego characters on screen, where we got Gumby on screen, where we got Wacky Raven inflatable arm flailing tube mans on the screen.
He do be giving Gumby.
I do not want to see that with Chainsaw Man.
Next
Go back and watch that.
Jump Festa? Is that a
Jump Fest? So they're probably gonna play like a trailer or something while they're showing off like new anime coming.
That's what I need. But yeah, what did this episode? We got the Miwa cutaway, and then it came back to the fight, and this episode ended with them being in the Mahito meet, right?
I need you to stop it. So they got the fight. Murata came through. They did the whole All Might punch the All Might kick that did absolutely nothing. Then Itadori came in with his Black Flash and then did some damage, and then they kind of got the square off, where I actually really loved, and I got it right here. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yes,
I got it right here where they showed the animation of them side by side, like not side by side, but all their faces getting ready to do battle, and that was just ripped directly from the manga, and I did actually legit love that. So
I'm so excited for this. I feel like I needed a break. I still need a little cutaway scene or something. Yeah, I need a break from Mahito. Just a second, like a little breather before we really get into it, because Mahito is a menace. Oh yeah, let's see.
Yeah, so that was like when he first showed up, like that was exactly what Todo looked like, and I was like,
I was wondering that. I was like, he looks stylistically different here. Like I even noticed because his hair. I was like, his hair looks different here stylistically, and I was wondering about that.
And then this was the colored image at the very end of the episode, and this is legitimately ripped right from it. It was him that made me. It was Yuji that made me go, "Oh, this is directly from the manga." And I looked at everything else, and I was like, "Yeah, that is."
He's so JoJo coded here. I just love it. I love how JoJo coded Todo is. He said what?
That got me
latent potential.
That got me kind of thinking though. I was like, you know what? I don't really ever see Todo on nobody's list. Like Todo, for some reason, just doesn't cross that echelon of people we thirsting after. And I think it's the bun.
I don't know.
I think it's that squid ass bun.
I think it's because of how we met Todo, maybe. I feel like it's because of maybe how we met him. Because I was even thinking that I had a moment in this episode. I was like, why is it Todo on? Because right there, I was like, okay, it was like the emotion of him coming through, giving him that pep talk, being swaggy, being so confident. I was like, okay, he look cute. Like, I feel like Todo is like that guy who's around. And then, like, one day, you just like, hold on, he look cute, though.
Yeah, like he has
like he was one of those moments. Yeah.
He has this. Oh, there you go, right there. That was pulled directly out.
Straight from it. I love that part. I absolutely love that part.
Let me see. Can I get it a couple more seconds?
Without us getting...
There you go.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is verbatim.
I love that.
That's really dope. Anyway.
I love that. I don't know why he's not on people's list. I don't know if he will be after this fight. He be swole too.
I'll tell you, it's that bun for me. I don't like it. It looks like a little calamari with legs coming out.
I was low-key looked at it like I want some calamari low-key. But I don't know, like he's cute. I don't know. I don't think they've coded him to be attractive. I think they coded him as like a meathead. I think they've coded him as like, because there's people who are like, I mean, I'm a Mahito enthusiast, but he's not like on my husband list. There's people who are very like into Mahito, like he's on their husband list.
Yeah. I'm glad you ain't there yet.
He's so not coded to be on. He's not coded to be attractive though to me. So I'm not really sure how you get there.
I mean, I think there's like an additional panel or like maybe a little side story thing of Todo from the artist that does it. And there's like, I think it's going around called Bikini Todo. And it's like him on the beach on his stomach with his leg up. And he's in like a little bikini. But I was like, even that didn't do nothing for me.
I feel like Todo is more what I would consider drawn for the male gaze. Like how they say, like he's more male gaze. Like he's swole, he's buff, he's a bro. Like I feel like he's definitely more, and I think that's why the women aren't really, because you know what women, or you know, when they're having the whole TikTok argument about the female gaze versus the male gaze. Like let's be real, there are men who could prefer the female gaze. Like the way characters are written for the female gaze, right? Because it's more so like connected to emotion. It's more of like subtlety that makes them sexy. It's not like big muscles and buff. So I just feel like he's kind of coded that way. I'm not really into super buff like bro guys. Like that's just not what I'm into.
Besides Escanor, I'm off of some Escanor.
I'm not into Escanor, see? So that's just not, and or like the people who the girlies, like I'm into Thor though. Like he's probably the most bro coded male gaze. Yeah. But I'm also into Loki, so I'm just saying, not this Loki, but pre-Loki series Loki. I was into him. I'm not into him after the series. But yeah, so I just think Todo's kind of written like that, and I think that's why a lot of the women aren't really into him. Because you know, I'm sorry, Gato is he's just at the top for me. I don't know why. He's so pretty.
He is very pretty. He's a princess.
Like a princess.
We've cracked that code. He is absolutely a princess. But I don't know. It's just not there for me.
He's so pretty. And he got the gauge earrings.
Oh, I know. You would think I would love that, right? Like, hello?
No, I definitely feel like Nanami would be hot. I could see that for you.
Nanami isn't my number one.
He isn't?
Nanami isn't my number one.
No, I just said I could see him being high. I could see why Nanami would be high. Who is the number one?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's weird right now, and I can't. I'm not gonna go into any details at all. But like right
it's
now,
somebody I ain't met.
It's Choso.
Oh no, that's like no, that's because like listen, Choso's up there. I feel like
it's Choso right now.
Okay, like I haven't seen Gojo in a while.
Probably, that's what I'm saying.
Don't hate on me. Like,
disclaimer: it's only because he hasn't been on our screen for so long. The only reason Gojo's not right there.
Consider Gojo because he's out of the league right now. Choso's like, if we talk about who's around, like even with Nanami, before Nanami, Choso was up there because I can see Choso with some cute little barrettes and like some like Hello Kitty tape on his nose. I'm into it. Like I'm really into it. It's the ponytails for me. I don't know what it is, and the looking anemic. Like I'm anemic. Choso's anemic. Like, I don't know. I'm into it. I love Choso.
I can't. Okay, I'm very excited for this. Now I'm even more excited for this season to be over because I know you said you're gonna go and start watching the manga.
Yeah.
So we can really have a kiki because there's so many developments. It's so good.
Can't wait to see more Choso.
As of right now, Choso is there for me. It's Choso, Nanami, Gojo, Toji, and then
Sukuna not on there at all.
Sukuna. No, Sukuna is the last one.
I like the people on TikTok who took the markings off of Sukuna. Have you seen that? They took the markings off of him to show like what he looks like without the markings. Because like some people were like, "How y'all into Sukuna? He looks like Itadori," and they're like, "No, he don't."
Yeah, he really don't. Like,
no, he don't.
Yeah, he don't.
So
when Sukuna takes over, the eyes change. Like, get more angled and more attitude. It's not the same person.
No, but they took the markings off so people could see. Like, they do not look the same. Sukuna looks. He looks like a grown man. Like he has the angled chin. Like he has a grown man's facial structure. Itadori definitely doesn't. So I mean, he just looks like a grown man when he is Sukuna. So they just had to get the receipts. Ooh. You gotta find it. Did you see it?
Yes.
Twan's like, ooh, I like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, because like I was thinking, I was like, I don't really need the markings to be gone to see that, but like now that you actually, it is very apparent.
Yeah, they do not look the same. This is a grown ass man. Yeah. Like when you see him, so you might not realize that you're picking up on all that when you're just watching it because of the markings. Right. But yeah, you take the markings away, they still don't look the same. So go do yourself a favor and check that out. So.
That's nice.
That is nice, right? You could be writing a little K-pop group, a little manhwa, a little drama series or something. So I don't know, it's cute. But what else? Anything else? I think we've covered it all. Yeah, for the most part, I don't think there was anything revolutionary. They still haven't finished their fight. They kind of just squared up for round 2. Kind of. The domain expansion is coming. It's got to be coming. He hasn't done it since that first time because, well, obviously. Also, it would make sense because he can't do it to Yuji. So it makes sense that he hasn't done it. But now that there's someone else in the fight, I definitely feel like we getting a domain expansion. And it's kind of getting, even though it might not look like it from how he's expressing himself during this fight, but it looks like Mahito is definitely like, he's getting pushed more and more into a corner of some sort. Like he only has 40% of his soul. Yeah. So I feel like at a certain point, if he gets down to like 20%, he's going to start making some wild decisions probably. This is him at 40%. Like this is crazy. And I'm gonna keep saying Mahito meat. Because I mean, it was a train. You could at least use the actual object it was. Like the meat was in the form of a train. No, that was before when he made it custom. I love. First of all, you just made me think of that moment when that train came. That was so fucking Looney Tunes for me. It was very Looney Tunes. It was so Looney. It was like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know. It was very unhinged Looney Tunes. I was like, what is going on? But I was chuckling in some of the stuff. I mean, and it was what's funny is that train that he created. Right. Thank you, Hood Magic. Mahito meat is crazy. It's insane. It's unhinged. Don't you all want to be? No. The answer is no. It looks uncomfortable. But even I was like, man, I feel like I would be doing a better Mahito than Mahito right now because when Todo was just leisurely running through that train, I was like, you ain't gonna turn the floor into spikes. You ain't gonna enclose the space on him. Like he's just having too much fun. That's what it is. That's exactly the leg. What is he talking about? But no, I love all the little Looney Tunes additions they add to Mahito. Like I've just been enjoying it. Very Bugs Bunny. It's very who was it? Who was fighting? The Coyote versus the Road. What's his name? Wile E. Coyote versus the Road Runner. Like it's definitely giving that between them two because of like how they're just like opposites and they're like they almost neutralize each other to some degree when they fight. So I just love the nods to Looney Tunes, that kiss scene, the train with the actual train sound. I said they really out here. They're so unserious.
And I feel like they are trolling us too, because if you notice how this episode ended, they are trolling us because you just cannot match a vibe to save y'all life. They played that damn "You Are My Special" when Itadori is crying on the ground. So they want to play something upbeat. But now when this battle is happening, like, you want to play the actual ending now? Now you want to play the actual soft ending?
When we were sitting here and we was waiting, I was wondering that because I had just watched the episode, fell asleep on it. But I woke up like at the end, and when we were sitting here, I'm singing that song because I think that song's so obnoxious. That's what it just feels like to me. But I was sitting here like, this is where you should maybe. I had that same thought. I was like, they could have played "You're My Special" one right here or something. I mean, if you just only 2 songs and it was like on one episode, you definitely should. I was like, why are they playing this right here?
Why are y'all not matching the vibe? Like, I just gave them a compliment on the direction. This is the one thing I'm gonna take away is this choice to
because like, you should do that for really impactful moments, 1 and 2. You have to understand that if you start playing this shit, I'm like, so is this the last fight? Is this wrapping up? Is Mahito gonna self implode? Are we done here? Like, why are we playing the ultimate outro music? Because Demon Slayer does that when either some shit gets serious or it's the end.
Didn't they do that at the very end of the last like the season finale of the last season?
And on the Entertainment District, they did it twice. They did it. Remember that time where it was like really dark, like before the finale, they had that special ending, and then they did it before. But I'm like, why are y'all playing? Like, I got nervous. It kind of took me out of what was happening because I'm like, wait, the music's on? Wait, bitch, is the episode? Is how many minutes left in the episode? I'm like, is somebody finna die? Is the fight over?
And I think it would have been fine. Like, I think I wouldn't have had a real, genuine reaction the way I did if that thing with Itadori didn't happen. It was the combination of both those choices. Like, if this was an independent choice, I'd have been like, I don't really know if that fits, but okay, whatever. But it's the fact that y'all did this twice now. Twice.
It was just so weird.
Both times unnecessary.
Came in and they were definitely still like full on fighting when it came on. It was just weird. It didn't feel like a pivotal. Granted, we did get the little screenshot, the manga thing, but it wasn't like it doesn't feel like a pivotal moment yet. I feel like we might get that next episode, not now. Yeah, it didn't feel. I guess it was like I could see them feeling like Yuji has found his resolve. We back, but I feel like there's also like just do a different song or something. Like maybe, bitch, y'all could have do Lost in Paradise. Y'all could have did the opening for season 1. Like y'all,
I didn't go back and listen to that actually.
Oh, but the season 1 opening.
I forgot about it. Forgot about it.
I listen to it all the time, so I don't know. Yeah, that was I forgot about that. Seeing that song playing while Mahito was smushing them in his transfigured humans was wild for me. It was wild. I was like, why is this playing right now?
You see how crazy that sentence would have been had you not did that? Squishing him with his Mahito meat.
Ain't still Mahito meat. I mean, y'all can call it whatever y'all want. I think it has a better ring to it. What did he call it? He called it the technique something.
Body repel.
That's not.
That's what I think it's called something different in the manga, but that's what the anime.
Really? They have been messing up the names.
Malevolent Kitchen. Slice and dice. Chop and fillet, saute and mince.
I mean, if they want to make Sukuna a chef, that's cute. They might have a restaurant opening, and they needed it too. They're doing early PR.
Oh, they can definitely brand one now.
Yeah, I would definitely go to a Jujutsu Kaisen restaurant. And and they had cosplayers. Listen, don't get me started. I would definitely go.
Like if they had a Toji walking up serving your
with that little baby Gap sweater.
I want a black t-shirt, but the black.
They can have multiple. Yeah. Let me see. Not to change the subject, but did y'all start? Twan did. I haven't.
I did, and I fell asleep and woke up at like episode 7. So I need to go back because I saw some stuff, and I'm like,
is it good though? Like, am I?
I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's cute.
I like it.
I haven't gotten to the crazy parts that people are talking about with like all the crazy animation, but the story itself, I am enjoying. I want to see where it's going. I think I've only watched episode 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I've been like super busy this past.
Maybe I got episode 4.
I've been super busy, so I haven't had much time to watch because it was like a lot. It was like Squid Games was on, and like I don't watch a lot of TV as it is. So like maybe I will sit down a max of an hour or 2 and watch it. I've also been watching this James Bond challenge thing. So as far as like having a slot, now that Squid Games is done, I probably will go ahead and throw it in there. But usually I only can cycle about 3 shows at a time, max. I don't really just watch a lot of TV.
Let me tell you how I got on Beyonce's internet to go watch episode 5 of Invincible and had my whole wig snatched back because it's on mid-season finale. It's not gonna be back until I think next year. They did
let
4
me go
episodes,
ahead
girl.
and I'm just let me just. I'm not. I watched 2, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I was so irritated.
I said 5 episodes, but I forgot like season 1 is only like 8 episodes too, and I'm like, I should have saw this coming. Yeah, I forgot that too. It's been a minute.
It feels like it's longer, but I'll go ahead and throw that in with Outlander. When they come back, I'll watch all those together. But I'll go ahead and start there. I definitely have heard great things. I'm seeing cute little screenshots, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it. If you've been reading the manga of Jujutsu Kaisen, are you as heartbroken as I've been? I don't think one is called. Are you?
I am. Yeah. Let me give some clarity of where I am without spoiling anything, obviously. But I am not where. I'm not current. Okay. So I know there's a big spoiler that a lot of people just love to spoil right now. But I am. I think I'm at the end of the Shibuya incident, going into the next arc. That's where I am. That should give you a good idea. Yeah.
And I'm not reading it at all, so don't tell me nothing.
No, not at all. Although it's good. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is a nice little left turn for continuing the story. So that's all I'll say.
Okay. I can't wait. So once the season is over, I'll definitely be jumping into the manga. I'm not really a manga girly. But I definitely am curious to know what's going to happen, so I'll be jumping into it. But outside of that, I guess once we're almost done, so like Jujutsu Kaisen has been giving us like great content in between, and so I don't know what we'll be talking about after Jujutsu Kaisen is done.
I have up right now an idea of another episode. You want me pull it up and show you?
Oh yeah, God,
share my screen.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared. I feel like it's a trap.
No, it's not a trap. Why isn't my share screen button would not want to stay up? It was like, oh, this is a sign.
Oh Lord.
Hold on, I might have to refresh.
Scared. And thank you, Duri, for the sub on Twitch. I'm sorry. I know I'm late. That was like 30 minutes ago, but I do appreciate the sub on Twitch. We going to be back over there one day. We're going to be back on OBS so we can be fully on there. We can play sound alerts and everything. I'm going to get that going. That's like on my goals for 2024.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
And hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing on my screen is working right now.
Uh-oh. I want to know what it was. You can share the link in the back chat so I can pull it up. Oh, now you're gone. We got to see. Twan just disappeared. Oh, now Twan is back on another screen. That happened last week. I don't know why that's doing it. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. And then it switched over to a different mic. Let me see. The other one will disappear, and then he'll be back at his full power.
Okay.
There you go.
Is everything good with my mic and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this could be a possible next episode. Do you see this?
What is this? Oh, yes.
AI thing.
That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, this is just a little taste. This is Sukuna.
Okay.
And the prompt was, I think it just said like the most evil Sukuna or something like that. So like, give me something to say. He says, "Bow down before me, you fool." Give me something to say.
On all fours or just like
okay.
Yeah, just say on all fours, question mark.
Yes, on all fours. Bow down and worship your king. And don't forget to beg pitifully while bowing.
What are you gonna say?
So I'm not doing that.
Oh no, you're gonna die.
We can square up.
What? You're gonna die
if you want to. Oh no! I gotta create an account.
Okay, so we gotta
log into the one. But it's fun, y'all. It is really fun because they really be like talking to you as if you are in the show. Like it genuinely is like lore specific.
So I'm gonna have to go live on Twitch and just do that. You know how I would like go live and play Boyfriend Dungeon. I'm just gonna have to play this.
Definitely send me an invite. I wanna watch because the way I've been giggling over here, and some of them put a warning because some of them be trying to go in a direction, if you know what I mean. Like they be pushing, but then
like pushing in like I'm gonna murder you.
No, like I want to do other things to you. Like I was.
They already know what's up with the Wattpad girlies. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
It's Wattpad coded.
There was this one. I did one with Toji, and the whole premise was because I think they set a premise for it, and then it just goes throughout that. And I guess you control like how the direction of it or whatever, but it starts out with a certain prompt. So the one that I did with Toji was you are in a arranged marriage with Toji that he does not want to be a part of. Okay. So it went in with obviously thinking like I'm a female, blah, blah, blah. But I just came straight out the gate. I said, okay, so yeah, you already like acting stank in this relationship. How about I gotta... He was like...
What Toji say?
He was like shook up. He like was threatening me and was like, "Why did you keep this a secret?" But I just kept on like living in my truth.
Not playing out Blue Eye Samurai. Not playing out with Bisu, you know.
But it was like really sweet. Like he went through this whole like come to Jesus moment about like his sexuality, and I was like,
so somebody would be on Wattpad coded this AI.
Probably it's
or just the horny Wattpad girls been on it so much it's starting to learn that this they know what we really want. They know why we really here. He said not horny Sukuna.
I can't wait.
So y'all be on the lookout today. I haven't really been streaming on Twitch outside of Otaku Talk just because I haven't really been inspired. Like there's not any games I'm really playing like that. Me and hubby been playing Apex heavy. Like I haven't played Overwatch, so this would be cute. This would be cute to do on stream. I would definitely do this on stream. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna have to do that, and then we're gonna do it too. We'll have to do one Otaku Talk one too. So that'll be cute. So we got some
special episode.
Right, but we're right at an hour and 30 minutes. We've been trying to keep it cute, keep it contained. We've been getting a lot of new viewers and stuff like that. So I don't know. I might start being like a good YouTube channel curator and like making clips and putting them out again on TikTok and stuff like that. We'll see. This was a good episode though. I had fun. So we will catch y'all next time. And don't forget to keep it cute and stay out of Mahito meat. Bye y'all.